Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League's Trackside NASCAR Outlet ARCA series here from Dover Motor Speedway, getting ready for race number 3 of the season and another foggy race here on a Tuesday night, which makes these cars handle just a little bit differently in the thick air. Right now at the top of the leaderboard, we see Jamie Horn, our fastest driver. Here's Brandon Lopez in the 3 machine, currently 5th on the speed charts, coming down, making his way down on the pit road. See who else is out on the racetrack making some laps. There's Eric Warman in the 31, getting his final laps in, as we have just a few more minutes left here in practice, about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch, we do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. I do want to just make sure we're not having any kind of connection issues here. Sure to give us a little thumbs up there in the chat. Make sure everything is looking good on your end. We see the 5 Hunter Simpson making his way around the racetrack as well. Another driver looking like he's going to make a trip down on the pit road, get some pit road practice in. There's the 8 of Mike Leftwich making some laps here as well. Looks good here on my side. And we might get choppy for a second, as I just realized I forgot to get up the points for you guys. So, well, we got just a few more minutes left here in practice. You see a little battle here, practice battle between Justin McMahon and the 6 of Kevin Thompson. We'll do this one just a little bit different than we normally do. As we will pull our standings right here from the Doghouse Racing League's website. And we see currently at the top of the leaderboard, that is Jonathan Jennings. Chris Simon sits right back in second. I don't believe these are the right points. No, these are definitely last year's points. So let me get back to the race here. Let me get the right points for you guys. As let's see who else is out on track with Jamie Horn, our fastest on the track so far, making his way around the racetrack now. Again, I apologize for this little mishap here with the point standings, but we got them. Gonna get them right up here for you in just a moment. There we go. We'll just pull these right here from Sim Racer Hub. And Kevin Thompson Your current points leader, Stephen Bonomo, sits back in second. Richard Leclerc in third. Jess McMahon and Mike Leftwich, your top five. Mark Dumont back in sixth. Hunter Simpson, Jamie Horn, Brandon Lopez, and John Ross is your top 10. This is after 2 races. And you can see where your favorite driver is currently in the point standings. At the bottom of the screen, you can also see the team standings. Currently, Elite Southern Racing at the top of the board. Loud Pedal Racing, Shoney's Motorsports, Beast Mode Performance, Horn Simpsons Racing, and F5 Motorsports as the current standings for the teams. As it looks like we have just about 10 more seconds here in practice before we get racing underway. There's the 83 of Chris Leftwich making his way around the racetrack as well. Time is about to expire. There's the checker flag. We're about to get qualifying underway. Before we do that, though, we want to thank our series sponsor, Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecast, including cup, Xfinity truck, driver apparel, hats, jackets, and more. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by or check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. There is a link down below in the description. Also, can't forget about our great partner over at Group 6. Rev up your brand's potential at Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse Racing Series. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. Discover more at group6inc.com. As we got drivers out on the racetrack trying to get their qualifying underway. Here's the 98 of Jamie Horn just making his way out onto the racetrack. Down the backstretch. And Dover, very unique racetrack. If you watch the racing this weekend, you would know just how tough this track can be. They call it the Monster Mile for a reason, and one of the reasons is the 23 feet of drop from when you enter the corner to the bottom of the apex, and then the 23 feet of rise as you come back onto the straightaway. Now, this track is really like a roller coaster. We can ride along here with Jamie Horn. Let's see if we can get a good view here. Just watch how much this car drops down the corner. You see all the load on the wheel. When you're riding along with somebody who's still on a flyer lap, you can see how the car comes up off the corner. You can hear it gets really, really light there. All the way back down to the inside. And as Hunter Simpson coming across the strike. He's going to be currently in the second position. Christopher Simon just coming across the start-finish line. And he'll be scored in, looks like, the 4th spot. Adam Thompson. In the old Cletus McFarland machine. Coming down into turns 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4 up to the wall and across the stripe. And Adam Thompson will stay currently in the 8th position. Here's the 10 of John Smith. A couple drivers with new numbers kind of throwing me off a little bit. Down across the stripe, John Smith going to move up into the 10th spot as we see Kevin Thompson in that 6 machine. Coming off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Entering really, really high. See if he's going to drive it all the way down to the bottom. He will. Trying to get that speed off the corner, down across the stripe. And Thompson's going to move up into the 11th position. Andrew St. Cyr on the racetrack with about 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. St. Cyr down into turn number 3 on his first lap. Another driver running way high and pulling it all the way down to the bottom. Comes across the stripe. His first lap will be good enough for the 17th position. Keeping it real low here down in turns 1 and 2. Trying to take the shortest way around the racetrack this time. Down into turns 3 and 4. And down to the stripe. St. Cor. His lap is going to be good enough for the 7th position. Eric Warman taking the white flag on his qualifying attempt. Down through off of turn number 2. Coming into turn number 3. Off the corner, across the stripe, and Warman going to move up into the 10th spot as Chris Leftwich, our final driver, is going to have time to qualify with about 20 seconds left. Coming off of turn number 4. First lap is going to be good enough for, his only lap is going to be good enough for 14th, as he is not going to be able to complete his second lap here. As he makes his way off of turn number 4, time is going to expire. And we'll take a look at our starting grid. And on pole for tonight's race, waiting for that to pop up on the screen. Helps if I hit the correct button here. There we go. Starting grid here tonight. Jamie Horn in the 98 will be on pole. Brandon Lopez going to roll off from position number 2. Hunter Simpson in the 5 machine rolls off from the 3rd spot with Christopher Simon back in 4th. Justin McMahon in the 24 rolls off 5th with Stephen Bonomo in the 9, rounding out row number 3. Row 4 will find the 12 of Andrew St. Cor with Mike Leftwich in the 8 from the 8th position. Adam Thompson rolls off from 9th with Eric Warman rounding out your top 10. Gary O'Meal back in the 11th spot with John Smith back in 12th. 13th will find Kevin Thompson with Chris Leftwich in the 83 back in 14th. Jason Ross and Tyler Millett make up row number 8. Bill Gentry, Mark Dumont back in row 9, then Michael Dow and Alex Reese back in the 20th spot. And then rounding out the field will be the 69 of Grant Chermak. As the field gets gridded here on pit road, and we get ready to turn them loose around the Monster Mile, Dover Motor Speedway. Fast track. Expect a couple incidents here, because these cars, as you heard in qualifying, they get extremely light as they come off the corner, which can cause some major issues to these drivers lacking grip, especially if they're coming off the corner side by side. So we'll be watching for that all race long as Jamie Horn leads the field out onto the racetrack, this concrete racing surface. Let's take a look at our weather real quick. And we see the 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 95% humidity, track temperature 77. So a nice, cool, grippy track. Lots of humidity and fog, making the air really thick, giving these cars a lot of downforce. We'll be watching for that all race long here, how much these drivers are able to tame this Monster Mile. As the field makes their way off of turn number 3, pace car dives down on the pit road. As they come down to the starting zone, the green flag is in the air. We are racing. We saw some wheel spin from the 8 of Mike Leftwich. Finally gets the car rolling as they go down into turn number 1. Jamie Horn with a great jump off of Brandon Lopez as they come off of turn number 2 for the first time. Side by side back here. Andrew St. Cor, oh, they're all the way at the bottom. They are wrecking in the back. We see the 83 of Chris Leftwich already in a ton of trouble as the caution flies for the first time here tonight from Dover Motor Speedway, and this will bring out our first wreckage rewind of the night. It sounds like there was a few different incidents on the racetrack that brought that one out. So we're going to go ahead and start with what happened to Chris Leftwich here, because he looks like he got the worst of it. Oh, a little contact there from the 00 of Ross, as they were 4 or 5 wide up in front of Leftwich. And hard contact for the 83 as he goes spinning down the backstretch. In front of that, we see Eric Warman also making some heavy contact out there. We'll see if we can figure out what happened to Warman here. We see the 21 Christopher Simon all the way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Looked like he had some issues there coming off the corner. And oh, we see the 71 involved Mike Leftwich as well. Andrew St. Cyr gets a piece of it. Adam Thompson, some damage. Doesn't look like as much damage, though, as we saw on the Chris Leftwich machine. We'll have to see these drivers on pit road, see who's... yeah, we know Chris Leftwich has a lot of damage. Gary Amio, a little bit of whole front end of the 7 missing there. Eric Warman, again, some of his damage fixed. As I mentioned, Adam Thompson with some damage to the 71. Oh, I didn't even have the broadcast up, so I apologize. Let's get this back up for you guys so you can see exactly what happened. I apologize for that. So here's what happened to Leftwich here. He got tagged in the corner there by the 00 of Jason Ross, as they were all checking up for the 5 wide in front. You see the heavy damage that the 83 takes to the inside wall. As that was happening, just in front, as I mentioned, it looked like Chris Leftwich had some issues getting off the corner. That stacked up the field right there. Yeah, Eric Warman comes down into the side of Kevin Thompson. I'm sorry, Adam Thompson. Sends him up into the wall right in front of Mike Leftwich. Heavy damage to the front end of that car. There's Gary Amio getting a chunk of it as well. Adam St. Cyr able to hold on to it and save it, but a lot of torn up race cars here on the first lap. As the lights are off on the pace car, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them. We got some chats going on here in the chat. Richard McClure says, good luck, Mark Dumont. It's just sweet on vacation. I'm not going to try to say vacation, but it looks like he's on vacation. I know a little bit of French. I can read it. I can understand it. I can't speak it. But yes, he's on vacation this week. And Richard also says thank you to the Doghouse Racing League. I can't parle the Francais as well as I used to when I was much younger. So, but Richard, good luck. Have fun on vacation. It's good seeing you here in the chat. And we're getting ready to go back racing as green flag flies. We saw McMahon get a little bit of wheel spin there as Jamie Horn checks out on the restart. Already, Mike Leftwich didn't look like he had a lot of damage in the replay, but doesn't look like he's in too bad a shape. As now he's starting to fall back a little bit, so maybe he's got a little bit more aero damage than he might have originally thought, as he is on his way backwards. 71 of Adam Thompson marching his way back through, so it looks like not too much damage for the 71 there, as he's able to get himself back going, as the battle for the second spot is heating up. Justin McMahon trying to rip around the high side to get around Brandon Lopez. He's going to take that position away. Here comes Hunter Simpson, make that same move. And Simpson's going to slide into the 3rd position. A little further back, a little battle back here between the 71 of Adam Thompson and the 420 of Alex Reese. Reese's going to fall back into the 14th position. And John Ross already with our fastest lap of the race with a 23 flat, compared to your leaders 23.02s up front. So a little bit quicker for this 00 machine. Watch for him to either make his way through the field, or hopefully he doesn't burn those tires off as he continues forward. As you see the 71 of Adam Thompson make his way around the 20 of Michael Dow. And Michael Dow now under attack on the high side by Alex Racing. Back up front, the battle for second place starting to heat up here, as we've got 6 cars basically in line. That's Jess McMahon, Hunter Simpson, Brandon Lopez, Steve Bonomo, Andrew St. Cyr. All lined up trying to get something going here as they're trying to chase down your leader, Jamie Horn, who's now 1.3 seconds ahead of the field. Of course, 90-lap event tonight. That means stage will be at lap 45. Unlike most series, though, we don't throw a caution at stage. It is just for points, so we'll continue racing at the halfway point, but it makes these drivers have a little bit of strategy, whether they can make it all the way to the stage, run past. If they pit right after stage, we'll have to see how the strategies play out. As the caution flag flies once again, and oh no, Adam Thompson caught up in another one. Mark Dumont getting a piece of this one as well. It's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened here between these two. See Thompson down on the bottom, Dumont on the high side. They're pretty much door to door as they come off of turn number 3. Thompson getting a bit of a run, pushes up just a little bit, makes some contact with the 14 there. They both make contact with the outside wall. Doesn't look like significant damage to either machine. Both drivers should be able to get this damage fixed up and get back out onto the racetrack. And we've got a couple leaders coming down pit road. We see John Smith in the 10 coming down pit road right now. Christopher Simon coming down as well. Chris Leftwich, a lot of damage still left on that 83. He's going to come down. Looks like he's got a nose put back on that car, so he might try to get a little bit more damage fixed here. Eric Warman, Adam Thompson, Mark Dumont, Mike Leftwich, Gary Emil, all on pit road. So a few drivers trying to get some advantage or some of that damage fixed as well. Well, as I mentioned before, tonight's series is brought to you by Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecast, including cup, Xfinity truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or visit their website at TracksideNASCAROutlet.com. Link down below in the description. Of course, can't forget about our great partners here as well, including the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products. If your guys right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, don't forget to check out our website as well at intensityracing.com. Of course, if you followed our stream this past weekend, Atlee Atman Weiss had a great run going in the Hampton Heat 200 this past weekend down in Langley before the rain came. Started in the 13th position, made his way all the way up to the lead, finished at the stage at the halfway point in second, and then lost the racetrack, and setup went away on him. He ended up finishing back in the 20th position, but a great showing for his second time in a late model and running the Hampton Heat. So great job, Atlee. Want to shout him out. If you want to pick up some Atlee Atman Weiss race gear, head on over to intensityracing.com. Of course, if you're looking for Doghouse gear, you can also check out their website over at doghouseracing.com. The link down below in the description. You can find hats, t-shirts, you can find all their apparel, you can find news, stats, and more over at the website. So check them out, doghouseracing.com. Excuse me, doghouseracingleague.com. Here we go, Jamie Horn coming back down to the starting zone. where the green flag is going to fly again. And we are back racing. A bit of a checkup on that low lane as McMahon was trying to guess when Horn was going to go. Horn waited right to the end of the starting zone, trying to get everything he could there on that start. Now our top three here would be, or four, excuse me. Jamie Horn out in front by a half second now. Just McMahon, Brandon Lopez, and Hunter Simpson holds back in the fourth spot. See John Ross moving his way through the field. Also another driver making their way through the field. That's the 420 of Alex Racing. Up 10 spots from where he started already. Started 20th. Now you can find him back in the 10th position. And continuing to move forward is John Ross says not so fast. Or Jason Ross says not so fast. He's going to take a look down to the inside of the 420 machine. It's a 0-0. He's in that low lane trying to get back around. Move himself up into the top 10. Meanwhile, right behind him, we see Michael Dow in the 10 of John Smith doing battle. Smith was just up in the wall briefly. Able to gather it up. These cars, as I mentioned, get really tight, really loose as they come off of turn number 2. When I say tight, I mean they get tight as in really close to each other. Really loose as the back end wants to swing around as they come up off the hill. The car gets really light. We can ride along here with Tyler Millette as he's getting past here. You hear the RPMs kind of jot up a little bit as they come up off the corner. Great view from the roll cage here of the 94 machine of Millette. It really lets you hear just how much goes into coming off the corner here, trying to get up into the outside wall. Back up front, Hunter Simpson now getting around the 3 of Brandon Lopez, move himself up into the 3rd spot. Take a look at how this pass unfolded. Whoa. Set him up off the corner. Textbook pass here at the Monster Miles. We got more passing going on. Kevin Thompson looking down underneath the 4 of Bill Gentry. This is a battle for the 7th spot. And now we see Jason Ross taking a look down to the inside. Ooh, as Bill Gentry has some issues there. Back and take a look here as Gentry got up into the wall, bounced down into the 0-0. He's able to continue on to lose a ton of spots, falls all the way back into the 16th position. That's John Smith trying to find his way around Tyler Millette. Right behind though, we've got a little bit of a battle going on, or we did, as the 83 of Chris Leftwich is continuing his march forward after that last lap 1 incident. John Smith right there on the back bumper of Tyler Millette. As right behind, he's got a little battle going on between Chris Leftwich and Adam Reese. for Alex Racing. Okay, Doggy says, what a save. Yes, Gentry was able to make a huge save on that one. Fortunately, kept from wiping out a lot of cars, and he's trucking right back forward up into the 15th position, and he's trying to get his way back up towards the front. A little bit of a battle starting to heat up here up at the front as Hunter Simpson is right on the back bumper of Justin McMahon. Also in the chat, we see from T-Doggy here says, special thanks to Horn Simpson and Gentry for running the Trackside NASCAR Outlet schemes tonight. Out due to his honeymoon. That's no excuse, man. You're supposed to bring the rig with you on your honeymoon. Now, congratulations, man. Enjoy that. I remember mine. It was a blast. Hopefully you're having fun, staying out of trouble. And thanks for tuning in to watch the race here tonight on Intensity. As Chris Leftwich taking a look down to the inside of the 420. He's going to be able to clear that machine. But a little crossover here is Alex was trying to make that move, take that move right back. Not quite close enough to get the power down to try to challenge the 83 back for that position. And now Chris Leftwich going to challenge Tyler Millette for the 10th spot. Millette now falls back into the 11th spot. He's got the 420 right there on the back bumper. And now the 420 going to take a look down to the inside. Christopher Simon looking to follow suit as well. Millette could lose 2 positions in this corner. Looks like he will, and more. As here comes Michael Dow looking to the inside, as well as the 4 Bill Gentry. Millette will lose 5 spots here in 1 lap. Unfortunately, just broke his momentum. You can also see, looking off the back bumper of Bill Gentry, you see the damage to that 94. A bit of damage pushed in on that 4 machine. Definitely hurting the way that car is handling. Up front, though, we've got a little bit of a battle. It's Kevin Thompson making his way around Stephen Bonomo for the 6th position. And now Reese in the 420 looking to the outside of Christopher Simon. Put himself up in the 11th spot, and he's going to take that spot away. So great battles all over the racetrack as we are about 10 laps away from the halfway stage. Told K-Doggy that he should have brought the rig rhythm on his study when he said he wish he could. I don't blame him, man. Sometimes I can't imagine being away from the rig for even a week nowadays, and I know that's coming up soon for me, but Stephen Bonomo has a mirror full of the 00 Jason Ross, who's been making some moves through this race as well. Taking a look down to the inside. Bonomo shuts the door. As Ross now tries to take another look down to the inside. He'll have that position. But Bonomo fighting hard up on that high side. Normally you don't see really that high side coming in until later on in the run. As cool as the track is, the track's really not taking on too much rubber. Normally you'd start to see a bit of darkness here as the cars come off the corner. You're starting to see a little bit of rubber being laid down up off the corner, but normally you see that all the way around the racetrack, which we are not seeing right now. So not around the racetrack, but at least around the corner, which we are not really seeing right now. So drivers doing everything they can right now to hold on to these machines. But I know they are wanting tires as long as this run has been for them. I know we had a couple cautions, but tires are going to be premium here. As the field makes their way down. This battle here down into turns 3 and 4. This is Chris Leftwich, Christopher Simon, Alex Reese all battling together as Simon's going to take a look down to the inside of Leftwich. He's going to take away that 10th spot, which is our final point of the stage. Jamie Horn is still way out front now. That lead now, though, only 1.5 seconds. As McMahon's now pulling away from Hunter Simpson. As Horn goes 2 laps before the halfway stage. And one more lap to go in the stage for Jamie Horn. Comes off of turn number 2, no pressure from behind. And off of turn number 4, Jamie Horn's going to come and take the win of the stage. McMahon comes home in 2nd, Hunter Simpson in 3rd, Brandon Lopez 4th, and Andrew St. Cor rebounding for 5th in the stage. Kevin Thompson in 6th, Jason Ross back in 7th, John Smith in 8th. Chris Leftwich in 9th, and Alex Reese will be 10th. As this battle is really starting to heat up right here in the back. As pit stops, I imagine, will be coming soon amongst our leaders. Little battle right here between, contact made between Grant Chermak and Michael Dow as Bill Gentry going to make his first way down on the pit road. And Mike Leftwich coming down pit road, and Eric Warman also down on pit road right now. So a few drivers coming to make their pit stops. We see the 71 staying way down on the bottom of the racetrack, letting everybody by. That is Adam Thompson going a lap down. And we saw the damage that he had on his car, getting involved in a couple incidents. And Justin McMahon really eating into Jamie Horn's lead. You know, McMahon is really good at saving his tires, saving his equipment. Last time by, Jamie Horn ran a 24.25. McMahon ran a 24.03, so about 0.2 of a second quicker. McMahon is. We hear somebody coming down pit road this time. Looks like it's going to be Jason Ross coming down on the pit road. And a very, very tricky pit road to get onto. We've seen it in real life as well. Drivers like Matt Kenseth catching the inside wall, trying to come onto pit road. Kyle Larson's done it as well. Especially when you're going so fast. Adam St. Cor coming down on pit road. Kevin Thompson on pit road as well. As fast as you are coming around this racetrack. We ride along here with Jamie Horn. You can see just how fast you're going, try to get slowed down. Make that hard left right there on the pit road, as Justin McMahon does right here. Looks like McMahon may be trying to pit a little bit sooner, get some fresher tires, get out there and try to run some laps, as here comes Jamie Horn. Gonna make his way down on the pit road. You see him slowing down on the flat. Trying to get it low down to get down to pit road speed, which feels like a crawl. Hunter Simpson down on pit road as well. Pit road speed 40 miles an hour. As these drivers are hitting top speeds of about 170 miles an hour. It looks like Brandon Lopez is going to come down on pit road here as well. He's going to hand the lead over to the 10 of John Smith. Well, right behind John, we see the 420 of Alex Racing. It's right behind Smith. Well, now it's right in front of Smith. That's John Ross. He's already pit, trying to get his lap back, and succeeds at getting that lap back. As now the 420 of Alex Risi makes his way down on the pit road. That leaves just 3 cars who have not pit yet. That is the 10 of John Smith, the 94 of Tyler Millette, and the 14 of Mark Dumont, all still out on the racetrack. It makes me wonder how long Smith is going to try to stay out and extend this. You see Chris Leftwich is making his way off of pit road. To give you an idea of the speed difference, right now John Smith's last lap was a 24:19. Jamie Horn's last lap was a 22:9. So a lot of speed being left out on the racetrack on these older tires. But John Smith, Tyler Millette, Mark Dumont all hoping for a caution to see if they can get themselves in a position where they can flip the field if possible. Chris Leftwich going to get his lap back from the 10. And there's 21 of Christopher Simon also coming to get one of those laps back. And that's the other thing we're seeing. If you come down pit road, you're losing 2 laps. So it's going to be really easy to get one of those back, as here comes the 10 of John Smith down on the pit road. We'll see if Tyler Millette follows pace here as well. Well, Millette stays out on the racetrack, so doesn't Mark Dumont. And Jamie Horn has officially got back onto the lead lap. But he's about 24 seconds behind, well, 23 seconds behind your leader, Tyler Millette. So we have just 30 laps to go. Hunter Simpson getting back a lap here. Looks like Andrew St. Coeur going to take a lap back from Tyler Millette. The only thing this 94 car can hope for right now is a caution. I don't think he's going to be able to stretch it all the way to the end. Last on pit road. I take that back. Tyler Millette now coming down pit road. He has not been on pit road once tonight. So this is actually his first stop of the race. He's really trying to gamble here. Fortunately, not going to work out for him, as Mark Dumont also peeling down on the pit road. That's going to give the lead of the race back to the 98 of Jamie Horn, who's going to have a 3-second lead over Hunter Simpson and McMahon. Having a horrible pit stop. He's fallen all the way back into the 13th position. Completely missed what happened on his pit stop here. Look at the average pit stop time for these boys is between 14 and 15 seconds. McMahon had a 27-second stop, so I don't know if he had some damage he had to get fixed or something happened to that machine, but losing 10 seconds on pit road equates to about, let's see exactly how far behind the leader he is on the racetrack. About 12 seconds behind the leader right now, so a tough break for Justin McMahon, who looked like he was going to be able to make something happen here in the closing laps. And now, though, Brandon Lopez has a mirror full of the 6 of Kevin Thompson trying to take over that 4th spot. As we have 24 laps to go, and our leader's catching some lap traffic. Looks like the 69 of Grant Chermak about to go a lap down. And there goes around the inside. Meanwhile, Kevin Thompson still battling here with Lopez, trying to get around that 3 machine, but Lopez doing a great job of blocking. To keep that 6 machine behind. So he says it looks like the 24 slapped the wall a bit, and we're going to come back and take a look here at this 24 machine. Oh, the 71 way down on the inside. Yeah, not really sure exactly what happened. You see the right side pushed in on that 24 a little bit. So yeah, it looks like a little bit of damage to the 24. Is now Kevin Thompson getting gapped by the 3 of Brandon Lopez, as we have just 20 laps to go. Jamie Horn out in front of Hunter Simpson by 4.3 seconds, as you can see there on the tower. And continuing the runaway, as Chermak and Gentry about to go at it for a position. This is for the 15th and 16th spot. Which in a competitive league like this, every point matters. As Stephen Bonomo and Justin McMahon are about to do battle for the 11th position. Man, we just saw that 24 machine bouncing around quite a bit. Track definitely a bit bumpier than I thought it was here, as the cars are having to really battle the bumps and the elevation change and everything else that goes on here at Dover. Chermak down on the bottom. Here comes Gentry up on the high side. Chermak able to hold on to that position for now. As Bonomo and McMahon continue to battle it out here for the 11th position, as we're going to come to 15 laps to go. As Jamie Horn out in front with a mega lead over Hunter Simpson. However, Hunter Simpson just started putting on a little bit quicker laps here. He's starting to eat into that gap just a little bit. I don't know if there's going to be enough time for him to get back up to the front here, but those Trackside NASCAR Outlet cars running 1-2 at the moment. As Andrew St. Cyr loses the third position to Brandon Lopez. So Lopez has found something in the late going of this race. He was just battling Kevin Thompson a few laps ago. Now Thompson left in the dust. You see that red machine way back there. Falling back to maybe Jason Ross next. Well, Jason Ross has to deal with the 94 of Tyler Millette, who's on much fresher tires. See Millette able just to drive right around. Lopez now pulling away from St. Cyr. We got 11 laps to go. And Chris Leftwich to the back bumper of Jason Ross. It's a battle for the sixth position as Leftwich dives down to the bottom. He's going to take that spot away. So Leftwich, who had heavy damage on the first lap incident, now finds himself with a great rebound all the way back up into the sixth position. As, oh, some contact there behind. That was Jason Ross and Mike Leftwich. Great save for those two drivers. I thought that was about to be a wreck there right on the, with just a couple laps to go. 9 laps to go here. But Jamie Horn continuing to stay out in front here and pace the field. Although Hunter Simpson is just a little bit faster, does not look like it's going to be enough time with just 8 laps to go, unless this lap traffic really holds up that 98 machine, who gets up into the outside wall, brushes the wall briefly. Doesn't look like it affected his speed too much as he's able to continue on. He's got the 20 of Michael Dow and the 9 of Stephen Bonomo right in front of him. Makes easy work of the 20 of Dow. Now looks to get around the 9 of Bonomo, as we are coming to 5 laps to go when we cross the line next time by. Makes easy work of the 9 of Bonomo. Did lose quite a bit of time though to Hunter Simpson, but still the gap remains at 3 seconds. Sounded like Horn might have been shutting the car off a little bit here. We're going to ride along here for a second. No, I think I was just hearing things. I thought someone was trying to save a little bit of fuel to make it to the end. It looks like these drivers have plenty enough fuel to get these final 3 laps done. As the 3 to go signal is given, Kevin Thompson all over the back bumper of Andrew St. Cyr. Can Thompson crack up into the 4th position? Also, John Smith having a little battle here with John Ross. This is a battle for 7th and 8th. So 2 little battles out on the racetrack as we go 2 laps to go. As John Smith takes a look down to the inside of Ross as they come off of turn number 4. This battle is continuing through turns 1 and 2. Smith trying to hold on to that spot. As the white flag flies, we have just 1 more lap to go for Jamie Horn, who is right behind these 2. And it looks like Ross is going to hold on to that spot for now as Jamie Horn makes his way off of turn number 4 and to the stripe. And Jamie Horn is going to win here tonight at Dover. This battle continues down into turn number 3 as Jason Ross has gotten passed by John Smith. John Smith going to hold off Jason Ross as they come off of turn number 4. Heavy contact for Ross with the outside wall. And that's going to do it for us here as your winner tonight, the 98 of Jamie Horn. Excuse me, getting it done here. Hunter Simpson brings home second. Brandon Lopez in third. But here we go. Jamie Horn going to come celebrate here at the start-finish line. Chris Leftwich going to come up and celebrate for a second as well, as Horn's going to burn it down right here on the front stretch. Hunter Simpson also going to do a little burnout here in the trackside machines. How about that? Bill Gentry parking it right there as well. We saw all 3 trackside cars right there on the screen together as we have dueling burnouts right here on the front stretch. And we're going to take a look at our final results here tonight from Dover. Again, Jamie Horn getting the win. Hunter Simpson coming home in second. Brandon Lopez in the third. Andrew St. Cyr and Kevin Thompson round out your top 5. Chris Leftwich comes home 6th. John Smith in 7th. Christopher Simon, Alex Reese, and Justin McMahon, your top 10. And again, Alex, if you watch this afterwards, please correct me if I'm saying that wrong. Stephen Minomo comes home in 11th. Michael Dow in 12th. Grant Chermak in the 13th spot. Tyler Millette in 14th. Jason Ross back in 15th. Bill Gentry brings it home in 16th. 17th was Mike Leftwich. Adam Thompson in 18th. Eric Warman, Mark Dumont, and Gary Amio round out the field here tonight from Dover. As we get ready to talk to our top 3 here tonight. But first, as always, I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or over on Kick. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Check out our great partners listed below, like the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products. If it's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, check out your series sponsor. That's Trackside NASCAR Outlet, which is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of Diecast, including cup, Xfinity, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Excuse me. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by their store, check them out on Facebook, or visit their website at tracksidenascaroutlet.com. You can also check out our great website at intensityracing.com. If you're a small-time racing team looking for some swag, visit our site today at intensityracing.com. Of course, there's also great links down below as well for the Doghouse Racing League's website. So check all those out as we get ready to talk to our top 3. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, Brandon Lopez. Brandon, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Great run for you there tonight. Looks like you were able to save a little bit there coming to that first pit stop, but just not a long enough run to make anything happen on the second one. Talk us through the race, the strategy, and what you're able to do to get yourself back here on the podium tonight.
Oh yeah, so the first two races didn't really go so well for me. So this time around, I just wanted to be able to go ahead and take the checker flag at least finish. But this time around, I just try to stay patient and try to go ahead and save some tires and to see whatever happens in the throughout the race. I mean, I know we had those cautions in the beginning, but wasn't really too nervous about it. Just trying to race my own race, and yeah.
I know we had the two cautions there in the beginning. Then we went green flag. As tough as this track looked here tonight, was that kind of surprising you that we only had the two cautions here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I raced official races before and other races in a different league, and Dover is known for it to have a caution fest. Um, but yeah, I was surprised. Everyone raced clean, respectfully. I appreciate for everyone how they raced me whenever I got to pass them or they passed me. So, but yeah, it was really surprising that it went crossing free for the last, I don't know, 70 laps, was it? So, but yeah.
Well, awesome job. You got a shout out here in the chat here as well. Looks like I'm going to say Hio over on YouTube says much better performance this week, number three. So looks like you got somebody cheering you on here as well. Next week we move on to Iowa. New track, newly paved. Don't know if you've run much on it, but it's a fun track, especially in these ARCA cars. How you like your chances next week at the short track?
I actually need to go ahead and practice a lot. I never raced on that track before. I'm still kind of new to the iRacing community, trying to get involved with like different tracks and stuff. So Iowa is one of those tracks that I never really raced on before. So it'll be challenging. I'll probably just do some like AI races to practice or whatnot, and try to talk to people about giving some advice or whatever. So, but as long as I make it to the checker flag, that's all that matters for me, to be honest.
Well, again, a great run for you here tonight. Before we let you go, Brandon, anyone want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank Doghouse for giving me the opportunity to go ahead and race their league. It's definitely everyone's pretty nice, chill, a lot of fun to hang out with. Really respectful. So just want to shout out to them. Just want to shout out to my family and yeah, everyone that supported me.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Good luck next week at Iowa. And hopefully we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. That was your third place finisher, Brandon Lopez. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Hunter Simpson. Hunter, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Man, a great run for you tonight. Showed some late race speed, long run speed for the most part here tonight, but just a little too late. Jamie got a great job on and off of pit road. Looks like that's where the time was made up. Talk us through your race, your strategy, and if there's anything you could have done a little bit differently.
Could have pushed it definitely on coming off pit road. I was fine coming on pit road, but coming off pit road, I really struggled because I figured he had wheel damage, so he was going to struggle. So I just kind of played it safe. I didn't want to pound the wall or nothing because I knew a bunch of people was having issues with coming off a two and hitting the wall or coming off four and hitting the wall. So I just kind of played it safe, and I was just trying to keep my nose clean, and I should have pushed it more. That's about my only regret.
Yeah, I know sometimes these ARCA cars, it's really hard to tell where the line is on these tires. But, man, coming home second, it ain't nothing to sneeze at either. I know next week we move on to Iowa short track, another track that's got a lot of speed and a lot of raciness to it. How do you like your chances next week?
If I can practice and just get dialed in, I should be all right. Just like this week, I didn't feel exactly dialed in, but I figured it out as the race came to me. So I was able to kind of wing it. But, if I can get some practice in next week, I've kind of been a little bit busy making some paint schemes for under the name SSR Designs. If anybody wants any paint schemes out there, hit me up. But if I can practice, I should be all right.
Speaking of paint schemes, I know Kevin Brown was in the chat here, cheering you on, saying thanks to you and Horn for running the trackside schemes here tonight. So, again, great job here coming home on the podium. And Hunter, before I let you go, anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to thank here tonight?
I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I want to thank you guys for the broadcast, all the admin, and the league owner Daniel for setting us up. Continued prayers for Daniel out there. Thank you to K Doggy for letting me run it. Shout out to SSR Designs, Trackside NASCAR Outlets for letting me run the paint. Go check them out. I want to thank my girlfriend Emily, Brandon, Kayla, all my family. Just everybody out there, all my teammates, congrats to Jamie on the win.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium. Good luck next week at Iowa, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, you have a good night.
You as well. And lastly, let's bring in your winner here tonight, driver of the 98, Jamie Horn. Jamie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a run for you here tonight. Put an absolute spanking on this league, on the race here tonight. That car was on rails from the drop of the green flag to the end. Talk us through your race. The only time you looked like you had a kink in the armor was there at the end of the run before pit stops where McMahon was running you down. Other than that, the race looked flawless.
Yeah, so probably, I want to say 10, 15 laps before pit stops, I actually caught the wall coming out of turn 4 and had right front damage, and it was not wanting to turn. So I was really just hoping we could get into pits pretty soon, or really would have liked a caution there, to be honest. But then Justin did what I did and knocked him back a little bit. I hate that happened to him. So that gave me some breathing room again, and I think he ended up with a little bit more damage than me. And yeah, it still seemed to drive pretty decent. Then on the second run, I was passing Bill and caught the wall again. For some reason, turn 4 wall was had my name on it tonight, so I got a little wheel damage again. So I was just trying to nurse it and baby it to the end and try to hold on to the lead.
And that's exactly what you're able to do to get the win here tonight at Dover. This track is incredibly tricky. Talked about it all night long. But next week, we move on to another track that can be a bit tricky, and that's Iowa, especially with the new repave. I don't know if you've driven it at all, but it's a lot of fun. How do you like your chances next week at Iowa?
I think I have a pretty fair shot of running pretty good. I like Iowa, so hoping that between now and then I can get some laps in on this car around there and the new pave and see how it drives and get it figured out. But I feel like we'll have a pretty good night. I needed a rebound from last week. I did not have a good week last week, so glad tonight worked out and ready to move on to Iowa.
Yeah, my league ran Iowa last week on the new repave, and it is awfully racy in these ARCA cars. So good luck next week. I'm looking forward to the race that you guys put on. It's going to be an exciting one right here. And of course, before I let you go, Jamie, anyone want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
I want to thank you for the broadcast. Thank Phil with Trackside NASCAR Outlet for sponsoring the series. Glad to get a win for him tonight with his logo on the car. Shout out to Shoney's Group 6, Butt Kicker, SSR Designs, everybody that sponsors the league. Good job to my teammate Hunter on second, and really all of my team. I think most of them had a pretty good night. Glad to see that. And wishing Daniel a speedy recovery at home. He's had a surgery and he's at home for the next couple of weeks. So I know he's watching, and we miss you and hope to get you back soon. And then last but not least, shout out to my mom.
Awesome, man. And I forgot to shout out you for a second. You got a shout out in the chat here. Kevin Brown shouted out you and Simpson and Getry for running those paint jobs here tonight, Trackside Paint. So, again, wanted to shout that out to you before I forgot. And they all said congratulations on the win as well.
I'll tell him I appreciate it whenever I talk to him again.
They're still watching, so I'm sure they're hearing it. But anyways, man, again, congratulations on the win. Good luck next week at Iowa, and hopefully we'll be talking again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well.
Yes.
And that was your winner here tonight, Jamie Horn, getting the win here at Dover, the Monster Mile. That's going to do it for us here tonight on Intensity. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live, especially with the special events that we've been running. The in-car racing from Atlee Atman Weiss's in-car in his late model, in his limited late model down in, he's run Langley. He's won South Boston. He actually won at South Boston. So, yeah, we've got special events planned out all summer long. We're going to try to make as many announcements for it as we can. But till then, hit that notification bell so you know anytime we're live here on Intensity Broadcasting. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Again, want to thank all our great partners, including Trackside NASCAR Outlet, Group 6, The Butt Kicker, our site, intensityracing.com. You can check out all the links down below in the description. And that's going to do it for us here tonight. And as our boy Atlee Atman, we